All right, welcome back to another video. It has been a little while, so today we're going to be discussing the new Beelzemon deck profile. Now, the new Beelzemon support is really good, and I do believe that it makes Beelzemon one of the better aggro decks in the format, in this current meta. I do think that it's not going to be the best deck in the format, because this format kind of seems a little bit extra defensive with this meta, like Machinedramon, Omnimon, Rocks, things like that going around. There's a lot of aggression, there's a lot of defense, okay? So I think Beelzemon will be a very good rogue deck that people aren't necessarily expecting. So, without further ado, you're going to start off with your eggs. You're going to be playing 4 copies of the starter deck 14 Yamon. When attacking, if this Digimon has Wizardmon or Demon Lord trait, trash top 2 cards of your deck. So, super simple, always comes in super handy. It's just a great card. Next, we are going to be playing 4 copies of the starter deck 14 Impmon. These are just 2 separate rarities. This is Sinister Order Box Topper. I like this artwork a lot. So I do split rarity. It is when attacking. If you have 20 more cards in your trash, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Beelzemon in the trash for a Digivolution cost of 3, ignoring Digievolution requirements. Inheritable, when a card is trashed from your deck, delete a level 3 or lower. Next, we are going to be playing the new Impmon from EX10. This Impmon, you are playing 4 copies. This card is incredibly strong. Start of your main phase, trash top 2 cards of your deck. Inheritables for every 10 cards in trash. This Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. Now, when this card is trashed from your deck, you can delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. That's super strong there, and start of main phase, trashing top 2 cards of your decks is just, it's so good. It is so good. That's probably the best card in this deck now. Next, you're playing 1 copy of EX2 Impmon. Please remember, this is a restricted card, so you can only play 1 copy in your deck. On play of your top 4, add 1 card with Beelzemon in its name and 1 Iron Mako to the hand. The rest go to the bottom of the deck, and then inheritable as well. This Digimon has Beelzemon in its name, it gets plus 3000 DP. The reason why this card is limited is because of the top text. When this card is trashed from your deck, except by an EX2 Impmon effect, you may trash up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. So you can just mill out more, and you can build up your trash a little bit more than usual. Next, I'm playing 2 copies of the BT19 Impmon. On play, if you have 1 or fewer Tamer, you may play 1 purple Tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from your trash without paying your cost. Inheritables Retaliation. This is just good because you probably mill out a lot of your Iron Makos, so you can smack this down and you can play it off different effects to play out more Tamers. Next, I'm only playing 1 copy of the BT12 Impmon X Antibody. On play when Digivolving, by trashing 1 card in your hand, you may return 1 Digimon card, the Evil Wizard or Demon Lord trait, from your trash to hand. Inheritable, when attacking, trash top 2 cards of your deck. I don't see a lot of use for this card because typically I don't want to Digivolve on top of my Impmons. So I just play it as a one-of. You can do it for putting 7th full cluster in trash. I play 1 copy of that card, as you'll see in a little bit. So it's not really that big of a deal to me. And I have Rivals Barrage to pull stuff back. Anywho, next, you're going to be playing 4 copies of the promo Wizardmon. If you don't have this card, something really good in this is you can get it from the starter deck if you're ever able to have that. Wizardmon, promo 77. When this card is trashed from your deck, you gain a memory. Inheritable, when attacking, you may reveal 1 purple card from your hand and return it to the top of your deck. That's it. This card is just really strong. Placing it on top of your deck, you can mill it, gain a memory. That's what we like to see. Next, I'm playing 3 copies of the new EX10 Wizardmon. You can do 4 copies of this card if you would like to. I just do not. I just have 3. And I haven't had an issue with it, so. On play when Digivolving, by trashing your top security card, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. All of your opponent's Digimon get minus 3000 DP for the turn. Inheritable Barrier, and then when this card is trashed from your security or your deck, you give 1 of your opponent's Digimon security attack minus 1 until their turn ends. Super great. Super aggressive decks. Getting this thing milled off the trash can prevent them from winning games it's just super easily, and it's really nice. And I'm a huge fan of it. Next, we are playing 2 copies of Wizardmon X from BT12. When Digivolving, trash top 2 cards of your deck. If Wizardmon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's Digievolution cards, it gains blocker until the end of your turn instead, or until the end of your opponent's turn. When attacking, trash top 2 cards of your deck. This comes in handy for blocker sometimes. Typically, I just Digivolve on top of this over the Wizardmon that gains you the memory. That way I can Iron Mako the Wizardmon on top of my deck, and then I can mill it and gain that memory. So I only play 9 level 4s. Because we're sifting through trash so much. So that's what I do. Next, I am playing 4 copies of the new EX10 Beelzemon. This card is insanely strong. On play when Digivolving, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. Then if there are 5 or more cards in trash, this Digimon gains Reboot and Blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. Super, super good. Super, super strong. On deletion, if you have 10 or more cards in trash, you may play 1 Beelzemon from your trash without paying the cost. Also super strong. And then all turns inheritable. For every 10 cards in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 1k, and that's all turns. This card is so good because you can basically Digivolve into any of these Wizardmon, except that one. You mill 2, you mill 3, you've got Reboot Blocker. And then if you have a good stack, or if you've got the X, this basically dies and you have 10 in trash, you spit out a Beelzemon. Next, I'm playing 2 copies of the Starter Deck 14 Beelzemon. I still love this card a lot. When Digivolving, trash top 3 cards of your deck. And when Digivolving, this Digimon gains on deletion if there are 10 or more cards in trash. You may play 1 Beelzemon from your trash without paying the cost until the end of your opponent's turn. Inheritable Wizard Demon Lord trait gets plus 2k. Still really nice to see. I still love this card. And I also just favor it over the Beelzemon X because I'm not a huge fan of Beelzemon X's when Digivolvings. When Digivolving, you return X body from trash to hand, great effect. When Digivolving, trash top 3 cards of your deck. If you have Beelzemon or X Antibody in your Digivolution cards, you instead delete a level 4 or lower. That's the one I'm not a huge fan of because we've got so many ways to pop bodies on the field, and I would rather fill up my trash. So that's why I play 2 copies. It pulls the X Antibody, and that's the most important thing. Next, I am playing 2 copies of Beelzemon Ace. You can play 3. I found 2 works perfectly fine. I have no issues. Keep a note, this can Digivolve over an Impmon, level 3, in its name, for a cost of 4 if you have 20 or more cards in trash, which means you can blast over an Impmon if you have 20 more cards in trash. On play, when Digivolving, when attacking, trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then delete one of your opponent's play cost 6 or lower. For every 10 cards in both players, for every 10 cards in your trash, you add 3 to the maximum play cost you can delete of Digimon. So, super strong there. And then its second is on play when Digivolving. If you have 10 or more cards in trash, by returning 2 non-Digi cards from the trash to the top of the deck, you de-Digivolve to one of your opponent's Digimon. This Beelzemon is incredibly, incredibly strong. I love it. I love being able to play it out from trash when I have this Beelzemon. I just love having it on the field. It is great. Next, I am playing 2 copies of Beelzemon X Antibody. When Digivolving, if this Digimon is Beelzemon or X Antibody against Digi-Evolution cards, trash the top of your opponent's security for every 10 cards in your trash. And then on deletion, you may play an Impmon anything from your trash without paying the cost. This is basically to just destroy your opponent's security and then swing for game. That's why we run it. Next, I am playing 1 copy of the EX6 Beelzemon. This has Rush, that is why we play it. On play when Digivolving, trash the top 4 cards of your deck. Then if you have 10 or more cards in trash, de-Digivolve to one of your opponent's Digimon. This all turns means absolutely nothing to Beelzemon, so don't even worry about it. The reason why we have this is de-Digivolve, and we can just smack down a Rush target. So, again, these dying, I spit out a Rush, I get to swing, you slap X Antibody underneath it, you swing when Digivolving, or when attacking, Digivolve into Beelzemon X. And then there's another combo that I'll go over in a second that you can do. Next, I am playing 2 copies of the EX2 Beelzemon. When Digivolving, when attacking, you may trash up the you may trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon for every 10 cards in both players. I keep saying both players trash, sorry. I play Black Growlmon a lot. I'm used to playing old Megidramon, not Megidramon, but Chaos Gallantmon, stuff like that. For every 10 cards in your trash, add 1 to the maximum level of deletion. The reason why we play this is because that's pretty good removal, but also when this card is trash from your deck, you may play an Impmon from your trash without paying the cost. I had a game where I Digivolved into this Wizardmon X. This is my second turn. Digivolving Wizardmon X. I milled this card and this Impmon. No, I promoted this. I started main phase trash top 2. Milled this, and then this. I played another one of these out. Second, I went into this. I milled another one of these, and I played a third Impmon onto the field. So you can swarm the field super, super nicely with that card. Lastly, we are going to be playing 1 copy of Beelzemon Blast Mode from Starter Deck 14. When Digivolving, unsuspend this Digimon. Then if you have 20 more cards in trash, gain 3 memory. When this card is trash from the deck, delete one of your opponent's Digimon level 3 or lower. For every 10 cards in trash, you increase the level by 1. So that's a great move to just be able to unsuspend and swing for game. Now we're going to go on to your Tamers. I am playing 3 copies of the Iron Mako from starter deck 14. You can play 4 of this. It's completely up to you. But on play, reveal top Thor, add 1 Digimon with Evil Wizard or Demon Lord trait among them to the hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the deck. And then this second effect is super, super strong. When one of your Digimon digivolves into a purple Digimon, by suspending this tamer, return 1 card from your hand to the top of the deck and gain 1 memory. That is super strong because, like we talked about, you can Digivolve, draw, suspend this, place a Wizardmon on top, place a Deathslinger on top, mill top card, gain a memory. Next, I'm playing 1 copy of EX2 Iron Mako. This is a memory setter. That's the only reason why I play this. Memory setter, and then your turn, when you attack with a Digimon, you may suspend this tamer to trash the top card of your deck. Then if the attacking Digimon is Beelzemon, you may Digivolve into a Blast mode in your trash for a Digievolution cost of 3. That's nice. I don't use it for that. I just use it for a memory setter so I don't get choked to 1. Next, I'm playing 1 copy of the BT19 Iron Mako. People think this card is bad. I disagree. Start of main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. Main, if you have 20 more cards in trash, by suspending this tamer, one of your Impmon may Digivolve into a Beelzemon in the hand or trash with the Digievolution cost of 4, ignoring its requirements. Which means you mill Beelzemon. You play out an Impmon. You suspend this tamer. You Digivolve into a Rush Beelzemon. You de-Digivolve to something. Hopefully you mill something. You got Iron Mako. You keep turn. Okay? We just hope you keep turn. Then you X antibody underneath it. It has Rush from this card. You swing X antibody, Beelzemon X. You murder their security. Super nice, super quick, super easy. That's what we like to see. Next, I'm playing 3 copies of Deathslinger. This is from EX2. When this card is trashed from your deck, you gain a memory. That's why we play it. And then main, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. For every 10 cards in your trash, increase the level by 1. So you can get rid of a lot of things and wipe field. Next, Rivals Barrage. Starter deck 14. When this card is trashed from your deck, you may place it in the battle area. Keep in touch. That says may. You do not have to. Your delay. Return 1 purple Digimon card or tamer from your trash to the hand. That's why we play it. And then main. Delete one of your opponent's highest level. So that's why we play it. We play it to mill it, stick it into the battle area if we want to. Remember that, if we want to. And then we pull pieces back from the trash. Next, I'm playing 1 copy of 7th Full Cluster. You don't need more than 1. You just need the 1. Trash, your turn. When any of your Digimon Digivolve into Beelzemon X, by returning this card to the bottom of the deck, delete one of your opponent's Digimon on the lowest level. Main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon on the lowest level. So that's super nice. We only play 1 of those because Beelzemon X is a 2 of, and honestly, I've used that once in a game. I just normally keep it in trash. Lastly, you are playing 1 copy of X Antibody from BT9. Security, you gain a memory at the card to hand. Main, you place it at the bottom Digievolution card of one of your Digimon without X Antibody, and then we have it for this. When attacking, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon with the X Antibody trait in the hand. So we only play 1 of this. You also can't trash the source, but we play 1 of that. That is our deck profile. This is the Beelzemon list. Tell me what you guys play. I play this at locals, and I won with locals yesterday. It was super fun. I've been really, really enjoying this version of Beelzemon, and it really brought some fun back into the deck for me. So other than that, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the comments.